Part 52. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tian. Chapter 515. Zai Li escorted Su Hengji and his wife and Bayan Ho and his son to arrive safely. There was no need to keep hiding the news about Su Wenyu and tell Li Su Hengji and his wife the truth. What did you say? How could my sister jump off the cliff? It's impossible. How could she do such a stupid thing? Su Hengji's first reaction was disbelief and refusal to accept it. He thought it was ridiculous. The news obtained from other people's mouths may be misinformation, but this news came from Zai Li's mouth. No matter where it came from, it was impossible for Zai Li to tell Su Hengji unreal news. The only possibility was this is really what happened. Feng Ruolin looked at Su Hengji worriedly. She was naturally sad about her sister-in-law's misfortune, but what she cared about the most was her husband-in-law. She could see how much her husband-in-law loved her sister. Now, except for things like this, she definitely can't accept it, not to mention my husband, even she can't accept it. Madam did jump off the cliff. She probably didn't want you to be threatened by people from the court because of her, so she jumped off the cliff decisively. But fortunately, Madam should not die. There is a deep lake at the bottom of the cliff. Husband the talent miraculously survived, but was taken away. Now you are trying every possible means to search for the whereabouts of the Madam, and you will definitely find the Madam as soon as possible. Seeing Su Hengji like this, Zai Li quickly told everything he knew. There was a bit of respect and admiration in it. In fact, before this, he had never expected that Madam could do this, and do it so decisively for the sake of your lord. Anyone would have to admire such a woman. You still have good taste, but they thought Madam was too good before. He was too overbearing and squeamish, and he was too jealous, to the point where he almost ruined things for adults. Hearing Zai Li say that Su Wenyu escaped from death, Su Hengji's face relaxed a little, and he quickly paid attention to the development of the matter. In this case, it has been so long, Han Yu should have found Yu Niang. Have you learned anything? Got the news? Not yet. Madam seems to have been taken away by Master Sikong's masters, and her whereabouts are deliberately hidden. Your Excellency is still trying to find Madam's whereabouts. Zai Li told Su Hengji what he knew frankly, because Su Hengji, unlike others, he is Madam's eldest brother. He cares about Madam more than anyone else and will not spread any bad rumors and affect Madam's reputation. My sister was taken away by Sci-Kong Ling's people. Sci-Kong Ling seems to have a close relationship with your master. Why? Su Hengji seemed to think of something when he asked this, and did not continue to kiss. Sci-Kong Ling seemed to be right before. His sister coveted her, and he didn't know what happened next. I don't dare to speculate on matters between masters. If I want to know, I'm afraid I'll have to ask my lord. Zai Li actually knows about this matter. It is true that, as he said, there are some things that are not his subordinates able to interrupt. Su Hengji obviously knew Zai Li's concerns, so he didn't ask any more questions. It would be better to wait until he saw Han Yu and ask questions in person. According to Su Hengji's idea, he wanted to go directly to find his sister, but the Marquis of Bayan and his son came from Chang'an and didn't know everything here. Su Hengji had no choice but to send him to the Feng family, where his parents were. These days he in Chang'an, I must have been extremely concerned about him. Master Su was really excited when he saw Su Hengji come back safely, especially when he saw his eldest brother Bayan Ho standing safely in front of him. His worries were finally put aside. Do you know about your sister? Mr. Su asked. Now that it is safe after leaving Chang'an City, the son-in-law should tell you. Su Hengji nodded. I only found out after leaving Chang'an. Is there any news about my sister recently? Mr. Su shook his head helplessly. Some news has come, but no one has been found. Your brother-in-law has put everything aside now and only focuses on looking for your sister. The situation in Yiyang Mansion is not very optimistic. Suhenji was originally a little bit surprised that Hanyu didn't protect his sister. After hearing this, he felt much better. Besides, if his sister fell into the hands of the Sikong family, there should be no problem with her safety. He wasn't too worried, but as for the one in Yang Mansion, he also knew some things going on around him. The most important thing was that his second brother was still in Yang Mansion. Suhenji was very worried about Suhengxuan's safety. At this time, Suhengxian was in Yang, but he was not as busy as his family imagined. Instead, he was very leisurely. Because of the relationship between the Su family and Hanyu, those people cared little about the power in their hands, so they were also very afraid of Suhengxian, who was Hanyu's brother-in-law. Suhengxian was not informed of some of the more important news and decisions. Suhengxian was not stupid. He naturally knew the reason for these people's behavior. In fact, before beating Hanyu and leaving Yang, he and Hanyu had a secret discussion and he was already prepared. It was better now. Those people didn't want him to know anything more, and he was too lazy to care about these messy things and began to plan his own way out. As long as the current situation continues, it will be a matter of time for Lu Xiu's side to lose. Being prepared now will avoid being in a hurry. What's more, Hanyu actually had a plan before leaving, and he had to cooperate. Second young master, if this continues, Yang Mansion will be in danger. We really don't need to inform my uncle. Only my uncle has the ability to deal with the troops sent by the imperial court and turn defeat into victory. Suhengxian shook his head. Since they are so afraid of their brother-in-law, this is just what they want, and I hope they can tolerate the result. Suhengxian said sarcastically, with a sarcastic smile on his face. The only thing he was worried about now was the safety of his sister. Hanyu didn't know what was going on, and he hadn't found his sister yet. No matter what the reason was, it couldn't be used as an excuse. In an unknown house somewhere, Su Wenayu's situation at this time was a bit worrying. The famous doctors that Sikong Ling had mobilized from all over the country also gathered here, frowning. How is she now? Have you discussed a proper solution? Sikong Ling asked anxiously, with undisguised worry and anxiety on his face. All this was because the situation had stabilized, and Su Wenyu, who had been in a coma, began to relapse. Although the fever was not very severe, she kept talking nonsense, and she looked very painful, which made people feel distressed. Several famous doctors looked at each other. They had already prescribed medicine and tried several methods, but there was no effect. They were helpless in Su Wenyu's situation. Young master, the situation of this girl is not optimistic. She seems to be trapped in her own dream and cannot extricate herself. We have tried several methods but to no avail. If this continues, I am afraid her condition will worsen. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 516. Then think of a way. Don't tell me these useless things. Take out all the skills you have in your heart. If something really happens to her, I can't predict what I will do, Sikong Ling said ruthlessly. Although there was no actual threat in his words, it did not affect the effect at all. They all knew what Sikong Ling was like. He was neither good nor evil. He did things according to his preferences. Not only was his method cruel and ruthless, but he also wanted to take people's lives at any time. They really couldn't help but be afraid. Miss Su is trapped in a dream. If you want Miss Su to wake up, you must find someone Miss Su cares about. Maybe you can wake Su Hu Niang up, a doctor said under pressure. There was such an example in the patients he treated before. Although the situation was not exactly the same, there was no other way. He could only try his best. Are you sure? Sikong Ling asked with an unpredictable look. Miss Su is now trapped in a dream and can't extricate herself. Apart from this, I really can't think of any other way. I can only rely on this method to wake up Miss Su. As long as Miss Su can wake up, Everything will be easy, the doctor said with a desperate attitude, but still with some uncertainty, leaving himself a way out. Sikongling narrowed his eyes slightly. Someone he cares about, not to mention that he has made up his mind to keep Su Wenyu. Naturally he will not let Su Wenyu contact others, including the Su family. For the time being, Sikongling has no plan to let Su Wenyu see him. After all, he knows Su Wenyu's personality very well, otherwise he would not have let go of the idea in his heart at the beginning, because he knew that Su Wenyu would definitely not give in, so he expected that Su Wenyu would not follow him so obediently, and he had to spend some time to control people in order to avoid complications and make things happen. Now he said that only someone he cares about can wake Su Wenyu up. Sikongling frowned deeply. In order to prevent the court from threatening Hanyu, Su Wenyu was willing to risk her life and jump off such a high cliff. It was obvious that she had feelings for Hanyu. The person she cared about most was self-evident. Besides her 3 children, it was Hanyu. However, if Hanyu really came to see her, then he would have nothing to do with what happened later. He knew very well how crazy Hanyu was looking for someone outside. He even ignored the affairs of Yiyang Prefecture and threw them aside. He was only focused on finding someone. If this place was not hidden and others could not easily step into it without his permission, Hanyu would probably have come to him. But now, even if Hanyu did not come to him, he probably guessed that the person was with him. Sikongling would never want to hand Su Wenyu over to Hanyu, but Su Wenyu's condition was getting worse and worse. If she could not be awakened, she might have died. The 2 different choices would both lead to loss. Sikongling could not make a decision for a while and was entangled. Is there still no news about the miracle doctor? Sikongling asked again. This seemed to be his only hope to keep Su Wenyu. He couldn't just watch Su Wenyu go to that step. If he really had such a cruel heart, he would not have let Su Wenyu go because of his momentary weakness and let her and Hanyu be together. At that time, Hanyu's ability was not enough to compete with him. Not yet. The miracle doctor has always been elusive and it is difficult to find his whereabouts. I have sent all the spies to inquire and spread the news in the martial arts world. If there is any news, it will be passed on immediately. Sikongling waved his hand and his eyes fell on Su Wenyu, struggling and complicated. What a disobedient girl, why don't you just wake up obediently? It's really a dilemma, Sikongling said in a low voice, as if talking to himself, with a light sigh. He didn't understand how he could do this for a woman who he had only met a few times. Whenever he thought about it, he always felt like he owed her something in his previous life. He knew rationally that he had done this, but he still did it. The person on the bed was unaware of Sikongling's entanglement and worry. His expression changed from time to time. He was still immersed in his dream and couldn't extricate himself. Occasionally, he showed a painful look, which made people feel particularly distressed. Master, there has been a rumor in the martial arts world recently. Sikongling, the young master of the Sikong family, has spread the news that he has spent a lot of money to find the whereabouts of the genius Dr. An Cheng. Many famous doctors have been invited by Sikongling. It seems that he is treating a woman. I guess this woman is most likely his wife. Zai Li had returned to Hanyu after completing his mission. Zai Li was the most capable of Hanyu's subordinates. He was better in terms of connections and means, and Hanyu could use him more effectively. At this time, Zai Li had already found out about Su Wenyu and reported it to Hanyu. Have you found out where they were invited to? Hanyu asked immediately. When those doctors went there, they were blindfolded and didn't know where they were going, but they always revealed some clues and clues. I have already circled the approximate range and am still asking for the specific address. I believe we will find it out soon. Very good, we must be careful this time and find them before they notice, Hanyu ordered calmly. After so many disappointments and setbacks, knowing that Su Wenyu was safe with Sikongling, he finally calmed down a lot and was not as impulsive and excited as before. "Master, don't worry, I will act carefully," Zai Li said and took his leave, and went to do this matter personally. Since Su Wenayu's condition worsened, Sikong Ling not only transferred doctors from the Sikong family, but also invited famous doctors from all over. Such a big move could not be covered up. Zai Li quickly found out where Sikong Ling was staying based on many pieces of information. However, after learning the specific address, Han Yu was still worried and did not bring him back immediately. "Master, we have figured out where young Master Sikong is, but there are some troubles in this place," Zai Li said with some worry. If he could show such an expression, it meant that things were difficult to deal with. "Where is it?" Han Yu asked directly. As long as he knew where his wife was, he would go there no matter if it was a dangerous place or a dangerous place. "It's the famous Peach Blossom Valley in the martial arts world." As the heir of the Zai family, one of the 4 great martial arts families, Zai Li's status in the martial arts world can be imagined, but when he mentioned Peach Blossom Valley, his tone was filled with a bit of awe and uncertainty, because this place was too mysterious and powerful, and full of unknowns. It was a taboo place for people in the martial arts world, and few people set foot there. Peach Blossom Valley, Han Yu seemed to have heard of this place somewhere before, and it was a little familiar. He couldn't remember it for a while, and searched for related memories in his mind. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tian. Chapter 517. Peach Blossom Valley is said to have been founded by a martial arts ancestor who was proficient in the art of mechanism. Because it is a place of refuge, outsiders are not allowed to enter. The valley is full of formations and mechanisms. Over the years, many people in the world have tried to break in, but they have always failed. Without a reply, Peach Blossom Valley has become more and more mysterious in the eyes of people in the world. Although it is famous in the world, it is a taboo place. No one dares to break into it. According to the information obtained by my subordinates, the lady is currently in Peach Blossom Valley. Zai Li did not expect to find such a result. Although the Sikong family was powerful in the court, they had never had anything to do with people in the world. But at this time, Sikong Ling brought Su Wenyu into Peach Blossom Valley and even regarded himself as the master. Is Peach Blossom Valley really that powerful? Han Yu frowned slightly, but showed no fear. He was just assessing the true danger level of Peach Blossom Valley. It's worse than that. In fact, the Zai family also sent experts to Peach Blossom Valley for some reasons back then. However, several groups of people went there but never returned. I just don't know what the relationship between Sikong Ling and Peach Blossom Valley is. How can he actually do it? After bringing Madam into Peach Blossom Valley, could it be that Sikong Ling is the successor of Peach Blossom Valley? Zai Li's face became more solemn as he expressed his guess. Whether Sikong Ling is the heir of Peach Blossom Valley or not, since he can take Yu Niang to live in Peach Blossom Valley and let the doctor in, he must have a close relationship with Peach Blossom Valley. It is very likely that Peach Blossom Valley was left by the Sikong family for the family retreat. No wonder Sikong Ling is so daring. I only thought that the Sikong family was powerful and fearless, but it turned out that I had already left a retreat, Han Yu said thoughtfully, and some of the previous doubts became clear. Stand up. Han Yu and Zai Li's guess was correct. Peach Blossom Valley was indeed an escape route left by the Sikong family for the backstage. However, this escape route has always been in the hands of successive heads of the Sikong family. Even Sikong Ling's father did not know this. If it weren't for Su Wenyu, Sikong Ling would not have revealed the secret to anyone. Of course, only Han Yu knew about it at the moment. Sikong Ling has tried so hard to recruit famous doctors from all walks of life to find out the whereabouts of the miracle doctor. How is your wife's current condition? This was actually the question Hanyu was most concerned about. He didn't ask it until now, and he felt a little scared. When he heard bad news, there was a time when he, Hanyu, would actually run away. Madam's condition is not very good. She fell into a coma and has not woken up. Recently, she has shown signs of deterioration. Otherwise, Si Kongling would not be so eager to find a miracle doctor and spend a lot of money. Hanyu was silent for a while after hearing Zai Li's words. The news was both good and bad. Hanyu naturally didn't want anything to happen to his wife, but if the situation was normal, there would be no chance of snatching his wife back. Si Kongling has now, although Hanyu is confident, he is not blind. If you don't have a certain understanding of a place like Peach Blossom Valley, you will definitely never return. Zai Li knew that Hanyu was worried about Su Wenyu. Seeing that Hanyu didn't speak for a long time, he added, "Don't worry, sir. Although Madam's condition is not good, she is not in great danger for the time being. I have already contacted the miracle doctor, who will arrive soon." Hanyu already had a plan in mind at this time. Since Si Kongling was looking for the miracle doctor everywhere, and with the friendship between the Zai family and the miracle doctor, he could think of a way to sneak into Peach Blossom Valley through the miracle doctor. No matter how powerful Si Kongling was, he would never unexpectedly, they would be connected with the miracle doctor. Si Kongling only knew about the relationship between the miracle doctor and the Zai family, but he did not know that Zai Li was a descendant of the Zai family. So far, this is the only way Hanyu can think of. If it doesn't work, he can only force his way in. In any case, Hanyu will not let other men take away his wife. However, the development of things was beyond Hanyu's expectation. Before the miracle doctor arrived, he suddenly received an invitation from Si Kongling to enter the Peach Blossom Valley. This was both unexpected and expected. Hanyu didn't know how to describe his mood at this time. Si Kongling had absolutely no intention of returning Su Wenyu to him before. Now that he was invited to Peach Blossom Valley, he was afraid that Su Wenyu the situation was not optimistic at this time, so I wanted him to go over and try to wake up Su Wenyu. He couldn't find a way to enter the Peach Blossom Valley before, but now that he had Si Kongling's invitation and permission, Hanyu didn't hesitate for a moment and took his people to the Peach Blossom Valley. When he arrived at the valley entrance, he was stopped by a child. "Idle people are not allowed to enter the Peach Blossom Valley, otherwise I will kill you without mercy." It was normal for a place like Peach Blossom Valley to have such rules. Hanyu had no objections, but he only brought Zai Li in. I wonder if Si Kongling had given any instructions. This time, the child had no objections. After entering the Peach Blossom Valley, Hanyu and Zai Li felt even more that the Peach Blossom Valley was well deserved. Along the way, they naturally observed the surrounding environment. Although it looked smooth and normal, in fact, there was hidden murderous intent and dangers everywhere. If there were not children in front of them, leading the way, they were not sure whether they could enter the valley safely. Si Kongling knew the news of Hanyu's arrival immediately. "You're here." When Si Kongling saw Hanyu being brought in by a child, he didn't have a good expression. If Su Wenyu's situation wasn't really dangerous, how could he have made such a trick to let Hanyu come over? After all, he was still not cruel enough to care. Su Wenyu's safety was in danger. Even if he faced the same loss, it was better to live than to leave forever. At least he could watch from a distance. And what if he told Hanyu? It's not that easy to take people out of Peach Blossom Valley. People in the Ming Dynasty don't tell secrets. You must understand why I came to you. Si Kongling was very clear about Hanyu's actions outside, so his words were very sure. Hanyu didn't care at all about Si Kongling's attitude and suppressed the excitement in his heart. "I understand. No matter what, I want to thank you." "Hey, who cares about you? Thank you. A grown man can't even protect his own wife." So what if he is more capable? If Yu Enyang wasn't in this situation, do you think you would have a chance to see her? Si Kongling said he was getting more and more irritated, probably because he felt aggrieved that someone he couldn't get was treated so unappreciatively. Han Yu did not explain anything to Si Kongling. At first, he felt that this was indeed his responsibility. If he had not protected him well, his wife would not have suffered like this. Then, although Si Kongling saved his wife, she was not. He wanted to be grateful to who his wife was, but there was no need to explain anything. Where is Yu Enyang? I want to see her. Han Yu could endure it to the limit now. Thinking of the person he was about to see, Han Yu still had a little vibrato in his words. Si Kongling became more and more unhappy, but since everyone was here, he didn't need to waste time. It was pointless. He waved his hand and asked someone to take Han Yu to Su Wenyu's room. As for him, he didn't want to watch this terrible scene. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tianni. Chapter 518. General Han, Miss Su is inside, go in by yourself. The master didn't like him, and the servants didn't have a good attitude towards Han Yu. Besides, the master had taken such good care of Miss Su these days, and everyone could see the master's friendship with Miss Su. But Miss Su actually had a husband, and it was this cold-looking man in front of him. It was really a flower stuck in cow dung, and it was not worth it for the master. Han Yu naturally didn't care about these. At this time, he felt quite hesitant standing at the door. Hope turned into disappointment again and again, and this moment became a little unreal. He took a deep breath and walked in until he saw the person lying on the bed with a frown on his face. Han Yu quickened his pace and came to the bed in a few steps. A 7-foot-tall man. At this time, he felt like crying. Yu Niang, my wife. Han Yu walked over and picked up the person lying there, hugging her in his arms. The real touch finally made Han Yu feel a little more at ease. He really found his wife, but how much suffering his wife had suffered in these days. She was so thin that she felt weightless in his arms, and there was not much meat on her body. Even though Han Yu was so excited and wanted to tell the person in his arms about his worries and thoughts every night for so many days, the person in his arms still just frowned and fell into his own dream. He didn't wake up for a long time, and it was impossible for him to respond to Han Yu. Only when Han Yu hugged her too tightly, she struggled unconsciously. My wife, Han Yu shouted deeply. At this time, he had recovered from the initial excitement. Seeing his wife in such a state, he was only worried. Fortunately, the miracle doctor was on his way. Wife, my child, and I need you. You must be well. I was wrong before. I shouldn't let you take the child away. No matter what happens in the future, we must be together. No great cause is more important than you. Han Yu hugged the person in his arms and said what he thought. I want to take my wife away. Please help me, Master Sikong. Han Yu thought that since Sikong Ling let him enter Dehua Valley to see his wife, he wanted him to take his wife away again. Moreover, Han Yu didn't want many people to know about the miracle doctor. He wanted to take Su Wenyu away. You can leave, but you can't take people with you. Sikong Ling's tone was completely unnegotiable. What a joke. Letting Han Yu enter Dehua Valley was already a big concession for him. If he let Han Yu take people away like this, he would not be called Sikong Ling. Moreover, even if Su Wenyu woke up, it was still unknown what the situation would be. If she was really stupid, he wouldn't mind keeping her. At that time, Su Wenyu would not insist on Han Yu. What does Master Sikong mean? Yu Niang is my wife. Are you trying to covet my wife? Han Yu narrowed his eyes. His tone was a bit dangerous and sinister. Others might be scared, but who is Sikong Ling? He simply ignored Han Yu's sinister and unfriendly eyes, and felt a little relieved. So what if you covet? Only men with no ability will let their women fall into the hands of others. I don't know what Yu Niang likes about you. Dehua Valley is Sikong Ling's territory. Sikong Ling did not allow Su Wenyu to be taken away, so Han Yu had to compromise temporarily. It was not for anything else. He didn't care about tearing his face with Sikong Ling. Su Wenyu really couldn't stand it at this time. Han Yu had to think of another way. The most important thing now is to make Yu Niang get better. Compared with this, nothing else is important. Master, everything has been arranged. Zai Li looked around and confirmed that no one was watching. He whispered to Han Yu that when acting in someone else's territory, especially in Dahua Valley, one must be extremely careful, otherwise it is easy to expose one's intentions. Han Yu nodded, and his gloomy face finally eased a little. The miracle doctor came, and he hoped that his wife would get better. As for the relationship between him and the miracle doctor, Han Yu could not see Sikong Ling's current plan, but he knew that Sikong Ling would definitely not let it go, so it was better to hide things that could be hidden, and it might come in handy in the future. At this time, Sikong Ling also learned the whereabouts of the miracle doctor through the news in the rivers and lakes, and knew that the miracle doctor was staying in a small village not far from here. Sikong Ling went to invite him in person without any hesitation. It is said that this miracle doctor is not only good at medicine, but also has a very strange temper. Sikong Ling did not have the certainty to invite people when he sent his men. Before leaving Dahua Valley, Sikong Ling also deliberately opened the mechanism in the valley, so that no matter how capable Han Yu was, he would never take Su Wenyu away. Although he should not leave for the sake of the miracle doctor Han Yu, Sikong Ling never likes accidents to happen, not to mention that the news about the miracle doctor made him a little suspicious. He had to see the person to know whether the news was true or not. You keep a close eye on Han Yu in the valley, don't let him do anything, Sikong Ling ordered Mei Ying. He didn't like Mei Ying's hidden thoughts before, so he transferred him away and didn't let Mei Ying easily get to Su Wenyu. Although he knew that Mei Ying would not betray him, he just felt uncomfortable. However, Mei Ying was the best person to monitor Han Yu at this time. Although Sikong Ling mocked Han Yu a lot, he actually recognized Han Yu's ability in his heart. Just based on Han Yu's ability to reach this point in such a short time, he would never underestimate him, so he made this arrangement. Master, don't worry, I won't let Han Yu have any chance to do anything. With vigilance and doubts, Sikong Ling went to the village where the miracle doctor was reported to be. Sure enough, he saw the miracle doctor, which gave Sikong Ling some confidence. Anyway, the miracle doctor was finally found. Although everything seemed to be going too smoothly, he always felt that the miracle doctor was there. I feel something is wrong. Not to mention how Sikong Ling was sure that this was the miracle doctor. Even if he had never met him before, with his eyesight and the information he had in hand, if he couldn't even tell this, then he was not worthy of being the young master of the Sikong family and one of the old masters. So when I chose Sikong Ling, not only did I really like this grandson in my heart, but Sikong Ling also had the ability to deserve this position. Although Sikong Ling found the miracle doctor paid no attention to Sikong Ling and even ignored him. Sikong Ling went up to say hello in a nice voice, but what he got was indeed worse than ordinary people. Treat. The more this happened, Sikong Ling felt that it was more real. The reaction of the miracle doctor was normal. He ignored the inappropriate feeling before and thought about how to invite the miracle doctor to Peach Blossom Valley. Speaking of which, Sikong Ling, I felt that I was a little stupid. Now that I knew the whereabouts of the miracle doctor, I just asked Han Yu to come and invite him. Why bother to come here and make things difficult for him? Sikong Ling smiled bitterly. When he met Su Wenyu, he seemed to be a little different from himself. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tian. Chapter 519. Since it was arranged by Han Yu, although the miracle doctor made things difficult for Sikong Ling finally solved the problem and spent a lot of money to give the miracle doctor to Qingdao. It's not that Han Yu was taking this opportunity to vent his anger on Sikong Ling, but Si Kong Ling was actually a deep-minded and suspicious person. If it was so easy to invite the miracle doctor, he would probably suspect something fishy, and it would be difficult to do anything in the future. In fact, if possible, Han Yu would not let other men do anything for his wife. The more Si Kong Ling did, the more he cared about his wife. However, there was nothing he could do about it. Han Yu could feel the deep malice from Si Kong Ling. Taking his wife away would definitely be full of difficulties and obstacles. If he kept more trump cards, his future plans would go more smoothly, especially as a miracle doctor. Even Si Kong Ling would have to do it. I have some scruples, and I can't even rely on my identity as a miracle doctor in the future. Su Wenayu's situation was getting worse now, so she invited a miracle doctor. Si Kong Ling immediately brought the miracle doctor to Su Wenayu and diagnosed Su Wenayu's pulse. "Mr. Mu, how is my wife's condition? Is there any way to wake her up?" Han Yu asked worriedly, especially when he saw Mingzi frowning. He became even more worried. "Your wife is weak, but she has taken good care of herself these days and has improved a lot. The main problem why she is unconscious is not physical," Dr. Mu said after the diagnosis. "If it's not on the body, then where is it?" Han Yu asked eagerly when he saw Miracle Dr. Mu pause for a moment or two. Si Kong Ling also looked at Miracle Dr. Mu with concern, wanting to know the reason. "I don't know if you have ever heard of the theory of souls. This is not entirely illusory. People have 3 souls and 7 souls, which maintain life. This girl has depression in her heart. Normally, she can't see the clues. Once something goes wrong, it's easy to get out of control. The evil invades, the soul leaves the body, and even falls into a dream and is unable to extricate itself. If it cannot be awakened in time, it will definitely cause damage to the body over time, and even exhaust the energy and spirit. By then, the girl will die." Mu Shinai said. He said, after all, it was the miracle doctor who knew a lot and was confident. Unlike other doctors, he did not look at the faces of Si Kong Ling and Han Yu and directly told what he knew. Because of a series of things that happened to his daughter-in-law, Han Yu still believed in the miracle doctor's words. Maybe there were really ghosts and ghosts in this world. Si Kong Ling, however, was half convinced. The only reason he was half convinced was because Miu Miu was a miracle doctor and Su Wenayu had been in a coma. As for such mysterious things as souls, he took a wait-and-see attitude. As long as Miu Miu could save everyone. Wake up, everything else is easy to talk about. Although the words of the miracle doctor are different from those of other doctors, in the final analysis, the meaning is still the same. Yu Eniang must be woken up, right? Indeed, this girl's current situation requires her soul to return to its rightful place and withdraw from the dream as soon as possible. Miracle Dr. Mu nodded, confirming Si Kong Ling's statement. "I admire Dr. Mu for his knowledge. But, doctor, do you have a way to wake up Yu Eniang?" Si Kong Ling still maintained a respectful attitude in his tone. Whether he can continue to do so depends on the skill of Dr. Mu. If he can't do anything like those quack doctors, then the bird-like anger he suffered before will have something to do with it. The key to this girl waking up is not me. I can use methods to gather her soul, but whether she can wake her up or not depends on her. Si Kong Ling listened to the first half of Miracle Dr. Mu's words and was quite dissatisfied. He thought that Miracle Dr. Mu was also unable to make Su Wenayu wake up and that these mysterious things he said were just to make things mysterious. After hearing this, his expression became better and he waited to see Mu Miracle Doctor. The method of miracle healing. After speaking, Miracle Dr. Mu looked at Han Yu. "Since you are your wife, you must be the one your wife cares about. When I use the method to gather the soul for your wife, you try your best to call your wife and say more about what your wife cares about. Things, pull your wife out of her dream." Seeing Han Yu nod, Miracle Dr. Mu took out a set of silver needles from the medicine box he carried with him, and another item that was similar to an incense candle but different, and asked his servants to prepare some things. After everything was ready, Miracle Dr. Mu drove everyone out of the room, leaving Han Yu alone in the room. I'm going to perform an acupuncture on your wife and take off all the extra clothes, leaving only the innermost garments. After speaking, Miracle Dr. Mu glanced at Han Yu's expressionless face and finally explained. A doctor has a parent's heart, and everyone is the same in my eyes. Your wife has been in this condition for a long time. The situation is a bit serious. Acupuncture must be used to assist, otherwise it will be difficult to achieve the effect. As a miracle doctor, Mu Shenmu has a weird personality, but he has a lot of medical ethics. He always considers the patient. He has encountered similar situations when saving people before. If he is more pedantic, he would rather let his wife get sick than let him save her. Just for the so-called chastity, which is really ridiculous but also frustrating. Having said that, as long as they are men, they probably don't care about these things, even though they won't really reveal anything through their dirty clothes. The miracle doctor only wants to show his power. Han is not a pedantic person. He doesn't care about this. No matter what method the miracle doctor uses, as long as he can cure my wife, I won't mind. Han Yu immediately said that compared to his wife's safety, nothing else matters, not to mention that the wife is still wearing obscene clothes. The divine doctor nodded in satisfaction when he heard Han Yu's words. He was a man who knew the importance of things. He started to move his hands. He first lit the incense candle, made a few movements, and then inserted the incense candle into the bedside. The room was suddenly filled with a strange fragrance, which seemed to be sandalwood, but different. After burning the soul-gathering incense, the divine Dr. Mu took a set of silver needles, disinfected them, and then applied acupuncture to all the acupuncture points on Su Wenayu's body. Su Wenayu frowned and sweat kept coming out of her forehead. She had a look of struggle and pain on her face. But in her dream, it was the situation in Sikong Mansion in her previous life. She had experienced the most painful thing in her previous life. No, no, my child, you evil woman will not die well. Su Wenayu covered her stomach in pain, feeling the vitality draining away from her body. She had never felt so strong in her heart, almost swallowing herself and her enemies, and fell into the devil's barrier. Han Yu, hold your wife down, don't let her move around, so she doesn't hurt herself. Su Wenayu's body was full of silver needles at this time. At the last step, the doctor stopped temporarily and said to Han Yu. Seeing that Han Yu did what he said, he took out the last silver needle, disinfected it with the same steps, and inserted the silver needle into a certain part of Su Wenayu's head. Su Wenayu, who had not reacted until now, suddenly struggled violently at this time. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tianni. Chapter 520. Su Wenayu felt like she was trapped in a demonic barrier, filled and swallowed up by overwhelming hatred, and suddenly there was a sharp pain in her body. It's severe pain. It is different from the previous kind of dream, which seems to be painful but is actually just an illusion. It is real pain, derived from the most real perception, and the body's reaction is the most faithful and cannot be ignored. Su Wenayu seemed to wake up from her dream, and then fell into confusion. She didn't know what night it was, whether it was true or false. Suddenly, a voice came into her mind, which seemed very familiar, making her subconsciously trust her. Daughter-in-law, wake up soon. Don't sleep. You have slept for a long time. My children and I are waiting for you. Didn't we agree to be together forever? You can't break your promise. If you break your promise, I will definitely not guard. Didn't you say that there are many good women in the world? There are so many women in my status that if you want to marry me, your life will be as beautiful as when you were here. Okay, I just lost 3 children. If I have a stepmother, life will not be easy in the future. Besides, I will have more children with other women, and they will become unimportant. Han Yu remembered what Miracle Dr. Mu said. Most of the time had passed. After talking for most of the day, there was still no movement from his wife. It could be seen that his method was too gentle. He naturally did not understand his wife, so he did the opposite. For this reason, the more Yuenian cared about something, he just chose those irritating words to say, with quite an air of angering people to death. At this time, Su Wenyu thought of her life, with her husband and children, which was much better than the previous life. It was the good life she had been looking forward to, and then she recalled her memory. When she heard Han Yu's words, she was so angry that she wanted to bite her. People, however, seemed to be imprisoned by something and unable to wake up. The person on the bed calmed down from the initial pain, then frowned and struggled as if he was about to wake up. Han Yu felt excited in his heart. Since it was so effective, he quickly kept up his efforts. You don't love them the most on weekdays. Since you jumped off the cliff, the children have known the news. They have been crying for a mother every night. These days, all of them have become extremely thin. Brother Seeing is even more. I came out to look for you secretly, and I was almost taken away by human traffickers. After Han Yu said this, he saw that Su Wenyu's brows furrowed even more tightly and said, "My father-in-law and mother-in-law are also sad day and night because of your affairs. Their health has become worse and they don't have so much energy to take care of the children. Otherwise, these things would not have happened. If you care about your children, wake up quickly. Don't expect anyone to take care of your children for you. If you really don't keep your word, just leave. By then, I will marry another woman, give birth to a son, and bully and abuse your children. Don't regret it. You should know who I am, Han Yu, and I will definitely do what I say. Anyway, you are so cruel, even if they are bullied and abused in the future, they deserve it." "Han Yu, you bastard," the more Su Wenyu listened, the more furious she became. She used all her strength to break free and roared out. She woke up completely and opened her eyes. Hearing this angry curse, Han Yu showed a look of surprise. Sure enough, he saw his wife waking up, glaring at him angrily. "Daughter-in-law, you are finally awake, you are finally awake, how could Han Yu care so much?" He held her in his arms and stared at Su Wenyu motionlessly, his face full of joy. "Yes, I finally woke up and let you down. You can't get rid of this bad wife like me and find a better woman. You must be disappointed," Su Wenyu said angrily, knowing clearly that Han Yu was trying to stimulate her. He said those words deliberately, but he was still very angry. He stretched out his hand to push Han Yu away, but found that his whole body was limp and had no strength at all. He could only stare at Han Yu and express his strong dissatisfaction. "You're really smart. You've guessed what I'm thinking. If you don't wake up, I will marry another woman, let another woman take your place, and use your husband-in-law to beat your baby." Han Yu saw Su Wenyu said with a smile on her face, showing such a relaxed and happy expression for the first time in these days. "You only know how to cherish after losing her. Before, you didn't realize how lucky Han Yu was to still have the opportunity to tease his wife." Looking at his wife's angry look, she was really cute like never before. "Han Yu, you bastard, if you really dare to do this, I won't let you go even if you become a ghost, you bastard, big bastard." Su Wenyu was so angry that her heart, liver, and lungs hurt. Such things were just a joke. Not good either. If you are really a ghost, you can only look angry. What's the use of saying harsh words? Who made you stupid enough to jump off a cliff and not cherish your own life? Do you think I will be grateful to you? You just think my man is so incompetent that he has no way to deal with those people, so he doesn't even leave any escape route for himself. If you jump from such a high cliff, you won't be afraid of being shattered into pieces and turning into a shameless ugly ghost. Hanyu didn't think so at all. Said politely, even quite harshly. Although he felt sorry for Su Wenyu, Hanyu felt that Su Wenyu's behavior and thoughts must be corrected as soon as possible and could not be indulged, otherwise his wife would still do the same thing next time when similar things happen, even if she was moved by her heart. However, Hanyu would rather his wife be selfish than let him bear the pain of loss alone. Hanyu, why are you like this? Su Wenyu thought that if she risked her life, Hanyu would be at least a little moved, but in the end, her attitude was so inconsistent with what she knew, especially those merciless words. How frightened and desperate she felt when she was rounded up and jumped off the cliff, as well as the series of things she encountered later, and the suffering she suffered, but in exchange for Hanyu's words, she felt extremely aggrieved. Hanyu finally found his wife, and even though he was cruel, his eyes turned red when he saw his wife's aggrieved look. He was so distressed that he softened his tone. Forget it, my daughter-in-law is still weak, she will be found eventually, and there will be plenty of time to educate her. Hey, daughter-in-law, you have to remember that nothing is as important to me as your coming. You have to live well and stay with me closely. Never do things that disregard your own safety again in the future. Otherwise, don't blame me for being cruel and not caring about my 3 children. You know I always do what I say. Hanyu knew what his wife cared about most, and he would pay more attention to his children before making such a choice in the future. Scruples. Su Wenyu could naturally tell that Hanyu was serious about what he said, but she was more concerned about her 3 children at this time. She still remembered what Hanyu said when she was unconscious. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 521. How are the children? Where are they? I have to go find them right away, Su Wenyu said excitedly and wanted to get up, but she was not strong enough. Even with all her strength, she could only move in Hanyu's arms. After a few times, I was out of breath, almost out of breath from exhaustion. Hanyu panicked when he saw Su Wenyu like this. He also blamed himself for being too impatient. He should wait for his wife to get better before talking about anything. She finally woke up. Daughter-in-law, how are you, but where do you feel uncomfortable? I'm fine, I just don't have the strength. I want to see the child. You take me to see the child. The son is the mother's heart. Su Wenyu can't feel at ease without seeing the child for a moment. What's more, Hanyu deliberately told the children about their condition before. That's terrible, Su Wenyu grabbed Hanyu's lapel and said sincerely. Daughter-in-law, don't worry. The children are all well. They are taken care of by my father-in-law and mother-in-law. Now my uncle and his wife are back from the capital. They will take good care of the children. Don't worry. I'm not worried if I don't see the child, Su Wenyu said a little stubbornly, thinking that the child was here and she was taken back by Hanyu. Daughter-in-law, don't worry. You are still weak now, so you can't get too excited. As for the children, it's not that I don't want you to see them, it's just that we are in Peach Blossom Valley now, and the children are still in the Feng family. They are too far away. Maybe you can come here right away, and I will take you to see your child when you are well again, and our family will be reunited, Hanyu quickly said soothingly, fearing that something might happen if Su Wenyu was too excited, and Dr. Mu would be too distracted by acupuncture. I can't go over to disturb you while I'm resting, I can only wait until tomorrow morning. But Su Wenyu still had a worried expression on her face. Daughter-in-law is obedient. The children are fine now. My father-in-law and mother-in-law are also doing well. I'm just a little worried about you. I will have someone pass on your news immediately so that everyone can feel at ease. What I said before was just to stimulate you. I want you to wake up quickly, don't worry, just take good care of yourself, and we can go back and reunite with the children early, Hanyu coaxed softly, hiding his serious and complicated emotions, and didn't tell them. I'm afraid it's not that easy to leave. Hongling still doesn't know what his plans are. He can just worry about these things. Okay, but you can't lie to me. My parents and children are really fine, Su Wenyu confirmed again, staring at Han Yu. Of course it's true. Not only do I have my uncle and his wife, but I also have people from Feng Jiazhuang helping to take care of them. My father-in-law, mother-in-law and the children are all really well. Seeing his wife looking at him, Han Yu replied very seriously. Seeing Han Yu's serious expression, Su Wenyu didn't seem to have anything to hide. Besides, her current physical condition really meant that she couldn't rush there right away, so she had to give up. Etc. Su Wenyu suddenly realized that she had overlooked something. No, what kind of place did Han Yu say this was? It was Peach Blossom Valley. She seemed to have heard of this place somewhere. When she thought about it carefully, she found that she was really sleepy. After finally waking him up, Han Yu became a little anxious when he saw that Su Wenyu was about to fall asleep again and quickly stopped him. Daughter-in-law. Wife-in-law. You can't sleep over. Let's wait until dawn for the miracle doctor to come and then sleep again. Okay, Han Yu remembered what the miracle doctor Mu said. If Su Wenyu doesn't wake up at dawn, she will remain in a coma until her life ends. Although people are awake now, they cannot sleep again. Su Wenyu's eyelids were about to close. Han Yu woke her up a little bit like this, but she couldn't resist the waves of sleepiness in her body. You must know that Su Wenyu relied on soup and medicine to fall asleep these days. There is no physical strength left to maintain life, not to mention that the excitement just now consumed a lot of energy. Ms. Sir, I'm really sleepy. Just let me sleep for a little while, Su Wenyu said lovingly, with a strong hint of tiredness in her tone. If Han Yu usually saw his wife's sleepy look, there would be nothing wrong with her. But in this situation, Han Yu would not dare to let Su Wenyu sleep over anyway. For him, letting Su Wenyu sleep over would mean losing her. Astute as he is confused when he cares in front of the people he cares about. The reason why Su Wenyu wants to sleep at this time is because she is exhausted and needs sleep. It is different from the lethargic nature before. But I'm really sleepy. Su Wenyu felt like she could hardly open her eyelids. She was holding on while talking to Han Yu, and after saying this, she was about to close her eyes and fall asleep. Han Yu was anxious and quickly pinched Su Wenyu's philtrum with his thumb to keep Su Wenyu awake. This method worked, and Su Wenyu really couldn't sleep. Although she was feeling sleepy, Han Yu pinched her hard in the middle of her body, and the pain hit her, forcing her to wake up and reluctantly move Han Yu's hand away. Hand. It hurts, sir, please don't pinch me, it hurts, Su Wenyu said aggrievedly, feeling hurt and sleepy, and really sad. Daughter-in-law, be obedient. You can't sleep now. Can you hold on for me and the child? Han Yu half coaxed Su Wenyu, but the strength of his hand did not weaken. He pinched Su Wenyu's crotch firmly and did not move away. Then take your hand away, it hurts when you pinch me like this. Su Wenyu was already weak, so she moved her head but couldn't avoid Han Yu's big hand, and protested unwillingly. Daughter-in-law, please bear with me. I can't let you fall asleep. Just bear with me and you'll be fine. Be good and obey me, Han Yu coaxed him in a good voice, telling him to do whatever he had to do. He freed up his other hand. He touched Su Wenyu's head comfortingly, feeling distressed but uncompromising on the matter of principle. Su Wenyu felt bitter. She was really just tired and wanted to sleep for a while, but Han Yu was stubborn and refused to listen. In the middle of the night, his big hands were like iron palms, pinching her tightly and not moving at all. It hurt. In the middle of the night, she was really in tears, and finally looked forward to dawn. Although Miracle Dr. Mu was exhausted from administering acupuncture, he kept Su Wenyu's condition in mind and came over early in the morning. His friendship with the Zai family was deeper than others imagined. Especially after the Zai family fell, he hated himself for not being able to do anything. It was rare that Zai Mo asked for help. He originally wanted to stay with him, but he was older after all. Had to take a short rest. Dr. Mu, my wife woke up last night. Come and see how she is doing, Han Yu said eagerly when he saw divine Dr. Mu coming. He was also very distressed that his wife was acting like this. He was so cruel that he couldn't hold it anymore. Unless he had no choice but to do so, he would be the one most reluctant to let his wife suffer. He felt pain in his heart when his wife hurt him, especially when she looked at him with aggrieved and sad eyes, her eyes full of tears. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, Tianni. Chapter 522. Since she has woken up, it is nothing serious. Dr. Mu has already made some conclusions in his mind. However, he did not draw conclusions easily because he was a strict doctor. He gave the result only after he checked Su Wenayu's pulse. However, when he saw that Su Wenayu's philtrum was pinched by Han Yu and had a red mark and a little blue, his mouth twitched. This girl really suffered. Congratulations, General Han, your wife's condition is fine now. Just take a good rest and take care of her body. It seems that your wife has been awake for quite a while. It is not easy for her to hold on until now with her current physical strength. However, her body is important. If you have anything to say, wait until she has rested well. There is no rush at this moment. Dr. Mu misunderstood and thought that Su Wenyu was forcing herself not to sleep in order to talk to Han Yu, so he advised. Han Yu was embarrassed when he heard what Dr. Mu said. He looked at his wife a little embarrassedly. He probably misunderstood the meaning of Dr. Mu's previous words. Su Wenyu was really angry at this moment and glared at Han Yu fiercely. This idiot. Previously, she thought Han Yu was doing it for her own good, so even though she felt wronged and miserable, she was actually understanding. But after all the trouble, it turned out that it was Han Yu who was stupid and made her suffer so much. Wife, you have been wanting to sleep for a long time, since Dr. Mu said so, then you should rest quickly. I will stay here to watch over you, Han Yu said with a flattering look, hiding his embarrassment. He was only concerned about his wife at the time, and actually misinterpreted the meaning of Dr. Mu's words. As a result, his wife suffered so much in vain, and even lost her money. It was really a sin. I hope his wife won't be angry for too long. But since Madame Han is still awake, eat something before going to sleep, and you can also replenish your physical strength and recover earlier, Dr. Mu reminded again. Han Yu had asked about these matters long ago and was prepared. He nodded when he heard it. That's right. I have asked someone in the kitchen to prepare some soft and easy to digest food. Wife, you should eat before going to sleep. Han Yu hurried to the door and ordered the servants to bring the food. He didn't eat well these days. Now that he was relaxed, he felt very hungry. It was just right to eat with his wife. Sikongling also got the news that Su Wenyu had woken up at this time. He hurriedly asked a few questions and came to Su Wenyu. Yu Niang, you are awake. Sikongling had a happy look on his face. Sure enough, a miracle doctor is a miracle doctor. Yesterday, when he heard the miraculous words of Dr. Mu, Sikongling was still a little skeptical and felt that it was not very reliable. Unexpectedly, Dr. Mu really saved the person and had some skills. At this time, Han Yu had just fed Su Wenyu a bowl of porridge and waited for Su Wenyu to sleep, when he heard Sikongling's voice and looked a little bad. This Sikongling really cared too much about his wife? Didn't you say that Yu Niang woke up? Why is she still sleeping? Sikongling saw Su Wenyu still lying there sleeping as soon as he entered the room. His tone was a little bad. He glanced at the small table in front of the bed and saw the empty bowl on it, and then he eased up again. Is she asleep again? Sikongling reacted immediately. After all, if Su Wenyu hadn't woken up, he didn't believe that Han Yu would be in the mood to eat and drink here. Moreover, the empty bowl was placed in front of the bed, and there were some leftovers on it, like porridge, which should have been given to Su Wenyu. Even though Han Yu looked unhappy, he still nodded. After all, they were now in Sikongling's territory. It was not good to ignore Sikongling, lest this guy cause trouble again. Although Sikongling had been easy to talk to since they had dealt with him, Han Yu knew the premise. Han Yu also knew what Sikongling's reputation was outside. He was definitely not someone who was easy to get along with. Although Han Yu felt uncomfortable, he was actually grateful to Sikongling in his heart. After all, his wife was saved by someone. She woke up in the middle of the night yesterday. I just asked a miracle doctor to check on her. My wife is doing pretty well now. Although she is not completely out of danger, as long as she is well cared for and not stimulated, she will slowly get better. Han Yu deliberately emphasized the three words "my wife" to remind Sikongling. As for Su Wenyu's condition, Han Yu did not tell the truth. Since his wife has woken up and is out of danger, he will definitely take her away from Dahua Valley when the situation is more stable. This will at least make Sikongling less defensive. With Han Yu's personality, it is impossible for him to take people away without caring about Su Wenyu's safety. Sikongling frowned, somewhat dissatisfied. She has already woken up, why is she still not out of danger? It is said that Dr. Mu is the best doctor in the world, but it seems a bit exaggerated. Han Yu did not say much about Dr. Mu's medical skills, but only said, although she has woken up, my wife's body is weak, and after such an incident, her foundation is even weaker. She was frightened before, so it is very good to be like this. Dr. Mu is probably cautious, so he did not say anything too certain. If Master Sikong feels that we have been bothering Dahua Valley for too long, please do me a favor and let me take my wife away. I think there should not be too much danger with Dr. Mu. As for Dr. Mu, Yu Niang is my wife, and the conditions set by Dr. Mu should not be borne by Master Sikong. I will give everything I need to Dr. Mu. Han Yu asked Dr. Mu to ask for a high price in order to prevent Sikongling from being suspicious, but he did not really intend to let Sikongling say these. He was not so shameless. His wife did not need other men to show their courtesy. I still say the same thing. You can leave, but you can't take people away. Sikongling glanced at Han Yu and said. There was no other way before, so he could only call Han Yu over. Now that Su Wenyu has woken up, this guy is not very useful, and it is annoying to look at. Sikongling wanted him to leave earlier. As for asking Han Yu to take Su Wenyu away, it was naturally impossible. Han Yu's face was a little bad, but he also knew that Sikongling would not agree to this issue. Su Wenyu could not leave for the time being. He just said this deliberately to make his later arrangements smoother. Sikongling did not completely believe Han Yu's words, nor did he ask Han Yu more about Su Wenyu's situation. Han Yu might not tell the truth, and he might not believe it. After leaving Su Wenyu, he went to Mu Shinai and listened to Mu Shinai's personal account of Su Wenyu's situation before he believed it. He was actually a little disappointed. In other words, apart from being a little weak and unable to withstand stimulation, and needing to be well taken care of, there are no other major problems with Yu Niang. It's just that Yu Niang had a high fever before, and the doctor told me that Yu Niang's IQ or memory might be affected. According to Dr. Mu, is this possible? Su Wenyu woke up, and it was natural to see whether her mental state and memory were affected. Sikongling just took the opportunity to ask Dr. Mu about Su Wenyu's condition. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 523. Miracle. Dr. Mu didn't know whether he saw Sikongling's purpose or not. He didn't hide anything and said, Except for Mrs. Han's body being too weak, she is otherwise fine. Take good care of her and there should be no problems unless there is an accident. But to avoid any accidents if the situation occurs, I will stay here for some time. I will not leave until Mrs. Han's condition is stable and she is completely out of danger. Then I'll bother you with Miracle Dr. Mew. If Miracle Dr. Mew needs anything, just ask and I will try my best to help, Kong Ling said quickly. It would be better if Miracle Dr. Mew could stay a little longer. Regardless of whether what Miracle Dr. Mew said before was too much. Miraculously, it was a fact that he had saved the person. Kong Ling was also afraid that there would be some accident and he would not be able to find Miracle Dr. Mew in time. Since Miracle Dr. Mew had spoken, he could only ask for it. Others are nothing. Old man, I have never encountered any situation in my travels. I am not particular about conditions, not to mention that life in Peach Blossom Valley is so comfortable. Only, old man, I have a hobby. I like to go to the mountains to collect herbs. I will ask young Master Sikong to do it when the time comes. It's convenient, I know Peach Blossom Valley has its own rules, just don't stop me when the time comes. Miracle Dr. Mew travels around a lot and knows a lot about Peach Blossom Valley, so he made this request. This request from Divine Dr. Mew was nothing to Kong Ling, and he had no doubts about it. After all, Divine Dr. Mew was obsessed with medicine, and it was normal for him to go to the mountains to collect herbs. I was afraid that it was against the rules of Peach Blossom Valley before I told him, otherwise there is no need to report this kind of thing to anyone. It's natural. Miracle Dr. Mew can just go and go. I will instruct the servants in the house not to disturb you. It's just that the mountains deep in Peach Blossom Valley are no different from other places. The woods are dense and dense. No one has visited them for many years. It's inaccessible and there are wild beasts and poisonous insects. The miracle doctor may be in danger if he goes alone, so why don't I send someone who is familiar with the environment to guide the miracle doctor? Although Kong Ling did not doubt Miracle Dr. Mew, as the owner of Peach Blossom Valley, he still had to take precautions. The purpose of sending people there was not only to ensure the safety of Miracle Dr. Mew, but also for surveillance purposes. Divine Dr. Mew had no objection to this. He originally wanted to collect herbs, so it would be good to have someone familiar with the environment to lead the way. He had no reason to refuse, so he nodded, "That's very good." Young Master Sikong took the trouble. Su Wenyu slept for another day, and it wasn't until Han Yu couldn't bear it any longer that he woke up. Probably because of his good sleep quality and eating some food before, his energy was much better than before, but he was a little hungry. "Daughter-in-law, you're awake." Han Yu was a little relieved to see Su Wenyu looking pretty good. Sir, I'm so hungry. I want to eat roast chicken, roast duck, spicy and sour fish, braised lion's head, and..." At this time, Su Wenyu also forgot about settling a score with Han Yu that she had thought about before going to bed. She hadn't eaten much for so long. "They are all soupy and watery things, how can I resist my hunger? I just feel my stomach growling," and I said in a Nyanyo way, "I ordered a lot of food, which I just dreamed about but didn't eat." Han Yu silently agreed, but still asked his servants to bring the food he had prepared before. He did not add anything more. The food he prepared was specially arranged for Su Wenyu according to the instructions of Dr. Mew, not to mention that Su Wenyu had just woken up. "Come on, your spleen and stomach have not been exposed to these greasy things for a long time, how can you eat these?" Su Wenyu's face fell when she saw what her servants brought her. There were all kinds of delicious food that she had agreed to. Han Yu obviously nodded in agreement and went out to give orders to his servants. "How come this is what he brought? What kind of bird's nest porridge is this? Tremella lotus seed soup and the like." She really didn't appreciate it. The bird's nest is not just the swallow's saliva, what's so good about it? It should be said that Su Wenyu was still influenced by Chen Li. Although she didn't like bird's nest very much in the past, she thought the bird's nest had good functions, so she reluctantly drank it. Ever since Chen Li said that bird's nest is the saliva of swallows, Su Wenyu confirmed it when she asked. After this, I will never eat anything made from bird's nest again. Ms. Sir. Su Wenyu looked at Han Yu sadly. If the food was delicious, the problem must be with Han Yu. Han Yu felt a little stressed when Su Wenyu looked at her with such resentment. He touched his wife's head comfortingly. Daughter-in-law, you just woke up and your spleen and stomach are still a little weak. It's not suitable to eat greasy things. It's not good for the stomach. No, it's easy to overcome. I asked Divine Dr. Mu to specially order these to be made in the kitchen. They are most suitable for your current situation. When you get better, I will make them for you and bring them to you. But these are too bland. They are all soupy and watery things. How can I fill my stomach? And I have already said that I will never eat bird's nests again. Even if I adapt to my stomach, I won't just eat these. It's better. If you don't want to eat, I think you just want to starve me, Su Wenyu said angrily. Although Han Yu's words made sense, she didn't fully agree with her. How could she be so delicate? You know, when she followed Phantom on the road before. Sometimes it's hard to find food, and I only eat a few hard steamed buns or a few pancakes all day long. Daughter-in-law, you are being unreasonable. No one will starve you when I am hungry. Be obedient and don't make trouble. Just eat these this morning. I will eat with you. I will let the kitchen cook it at noon. Some delicious food, Han Yu said helplessly. He missed his wife's cute little temper and felt helpless. I'm just being unreasonable. Anyway, I want to eat those. If you don't get them for me, I won't eat them. With Han Yu by her side, Su Wenyu felt at ease. She didn't have to be aggrieved like before, and she didn't want to get angry. Looking at Han Yu's doting and helpless look, Su Wenyu said proudly in her heart that she was just hypocritical and wanted her husband to coax her. With my husband, I can be willful. Even in the past, Han Yu coaxed her in a good tone, not to mention now, his wife suffered such a big crime, and it was not easy to find her back. Han Yu was not impatient at all. The principle cannot be changed, and it is always right to coax her more. Han Yu knows his wife. She is not really unreasonable, but she is unwilling in her heart, so she is in a bad mood. She has a very good temper and allows Su Wenyu to be angry and petty. Su Wenyu herself is a little embarrassed, so she has to give in obediently and let Han Yu feed her mouthful by mouthful. I really don't want to eat this bird's nest. Seeing Han Yu bring the bird's nest porridge to feed her, she hurriedly said. This time she really wasn't being pretentious, it was really that seeing the bird's nest reminded her of the words swallow saliva, and she felt sick, so how could she eat it? Han Yu knew that his wife disliked bird's nest, so he left it for later. Sure enough, his wife didn't cooperate at all. If it was something else, it would be fine, but bird's nest was the most nourishing to the body, and even Dr. Mu specifically reminded her, but seeing his wife like this really gave him a headache. Rebirth of a Farming Wife. Author, TNNI. Chapter 524. Han Yu finally managed to coax Su Wenyu to drink half a bowl of bird's nest porridge. Seeing Su Wenyu's extremely painful expression, he had to give up and stopped forcing her. He was both angry and amused. How could this bird's nest be so unpalatable? She was really a difficult little thing to serve. Han Yu grew up in hardship and was never picky about food and clothing. However, Su Wenyu grew up spoiled. Even if she lived two lives in the same person, some things were engraved in her bones and could not be changed. For example, the problem of being picky about food. If it was under extremely harsh conditions, Su Wenyu could still bear humiliation and force herself to survive. But once the crisis was over, especially in front of Han Yu, this problem would flare up, which really gave Han Yu a headache. This is the best blood swallow, specially brought for you to replenish your body, ordinary people can't eat it, the chef's skills are good, but you are so disgusted, what can I say about you, you are just spoiled. Han Yu didn't dislike what Su Wenyu had eaten, and drank the remaining bird's nest porridge in one breath. Su Wenyu refused to eat such a good thing, but Han Yu didn't want to waste it, so he ate it all. Snatched, so I'm a woman, and I'm not allowed to be spoiled. Swallow saliva, no matter how delicious it is, it's disgusting. If you like it, it will be yours in the future, Su Wenyu pouted and said. Han Yu also knew why Su Wenyu said that. Obviously, although his wife didn't like it very much before, she would still eat bird's nest. It was only after Chen Li said that stupid woman didn't grow up, but was remembered by his wife. Don't deal with that woman Chen Li anymore. Don't let her lead you astray. What about swallow saliva? Listen to her nonsense. It's obviously a top-notch tonic, the best for beauty and skincare. Don't you women all care about this? Han Yu naturally knew what bird's nest was. He said this just to make his wife dislike this thing. After all, it is good to eat and beneficial to the body. Otherwise, Dr. Mu would not have specifically explained it. In Han Yu's opinion, as long as it is good for Su Wenyu's health, swallow saliva is nothing, as long as it can keep the body healthy. Besides, he really doesn't think it's disgusting. No matter how good it is, I won't eat it. You promised me that the kitchen would make me delicious food at noon. You can't go back on your word. I won't drink bird's nest porridge anymore, otherwise I'd rather be hungry, Su Wenyu pouted when she realized Han Yu's intention. Han Yu rubbed Su Wenyu's head and said nothing. He was thinking about asking the doctor if there were any better tonics besides bird's nest to replace it. If not, he could only bear this hardship and complain to his wife. When Han Yu made up his mind, Su Wenyu was still rarely able to escape the devil's clutches. Although Su Wenyu got better, she was still short of energy. After eating and talking to Han Yu, she fell asleep again. After Han Yu settled Su Wenyu and came out, someone was waiting outside. As soon as Han Yu came out, he led Han Yu to Sikongling. In a place like Dahua Valley, even if you live in it, you can't walk around freely. Han Yu was allowed to move only in this small courtyard. Sikongling had sent someone to ask him to come over early in the morning. He didn't go over immediately because he was worried about his wife. Now that his wife was asleep, he should go meet Sikongling to see what this guy's purpose was. Han Yu followed the servant silently, his face expressionless, but he was secretly memorizing the steps and the surrounding scenery in his heart. It is worthy of being the Peach Blossom Valley that is known as the Peach Blossom Valley in the world. Even a road contains countless changes in mechanisms and formations. The servant seemed to be leading the way in front without any rules, but in fact, there is a set of rules. If there are outsiders, even if they are lucky enough to break in, they will be plotted against by the mechanisms in the valley. Han Yu has spent a lot of energy in the past few years studying formations and mechanisms. He has learned a lot of the contents of the books and has made some achievements. He can only vaguely understand 2 or 3 points of these. He just touched the edge of the leaves. It can be seen how powerful the people who designed these mechanisms and formations were. Finally, you're here. I didn't expect that the always cold and ruthless General Han could be so tender-hearted and value his wife more than his career. But if you had done that and spent more energy on Yu Niang, you wouldn't have been taken advantage of by those people and Yu Niang would have suffered so much and almost lost her life. Now you're acting like this, it's so uncomfortable to watch, Sikongling said sarcastically. He was probably angry and his original expectations were broken, so he needed a place to vent. How could he say anything good to Han Yu? I was negligent before, and I have to thank Master Sikong for what happened later. After this, I will be careful in the future and will never let my wife and children fall into such danger again. Master Sikong didn't invite me here just to say these things, is there anything else? It sounds good, but unfortunately, everything is not just about words. You have to have the ability to protect your wife and children. Of course, but from what Master Sikong said, it seems that there are other intentions. Is Master Sikong worried about Han? Han Yu looked at Sikong Ling with a smile. Seeing Han Yu's indifferent look, Sikong Ling felt a little angry. He was a little worried when he got the news, but the result was good. The person involved was fine, but he was not. Han Yu did not leave his confidants in Yiyang City, and he was afraid that they got the news earlier than him. Although Dahua Valley was well guarded, Sikong Ling did not doubt that Han Yu could communicate with the outside world at that time. You are really patient. I don't believe you don't know anything about what's going on outside. Yiyang Prefecture is handed over to Luxiu. With just those few people, it is not enough to fight against the court. I'm afraid it will be taken down by Zhao Fan soon. Are you really not in a hurry? If you lose the power in your hands, what can you do to protect your wife and children? It's useless to just talk big. If I understand correctly, Master Sikong is worried about me. Sikong Ling raised his eyebrows. We have cooperation, and I don't want it to affect the interests of my Sikong family. Do you think our cooperation is a joke? Sikong Ling was telling the truth. The reason why he chose Han Yu was certainly not just because of Su Wenyu. This was only a small part of his consideration. As the heir of the Sikong family, it would be impossible for him to lose his mind for a woman. All the premises are based on the premise of not harming the interests of the Sikong family. Some things are far from as simple as they seem on the surface. He decided to choose Han Yu as a partner after much consideration. Therefore, Han Yu's current behavior is not what he wants to see, which is why he immediately sent someone to invite Han Yu over after knowing the news.